Good morning, YouTube. This is Zachary Fuller on Tuesday, November 4th, 2025. It is the morning of Election Day, and I would like to make one final prediction for all the races across the country. And a reminder, I am a candidate in a local race. So everybody go out and vote. But let's just jump right into it. I'm not going to take up too much of your time. There are some major races that we need to talk about. The first one is not about a candidate, but it's California's Proposition 50. Now, this is a ballot measure for voters to vote on that the Democratic Party in California has put on there to temporarily suspend their independent redistricting commission. So, California has 52 seats in the House of Representatives. Those lines are drawn by an independent commission, which the voters statewide also voted on, but now they're voting to temporarily suspend that so Democrats can gerrymander the state. The reason being Texas didn't even ask their voters. The legislature, the Republican legislature said, we're going to redraw. Trump said, jump. We asked how high. It was 5 seats. California wants to draw at least 5 more Democrat seats to offset that. California is an overwhelmingly Democratic state. Despite having around 7 million Republicans, more than most states, California has a population of about 40 million people. So I think Democrats will easily win this one by a lot, probably like 20 points or so. There's 2 governor races, Virginia and New Jersey. Virginia, because the Republican candidate is so bad, so crazy, I think they're going to do pretty good, almost safe. They'll probably get an 11, 12, 13-point margin. Whereas New Jersey, even though Mikey Sherrill, the Democratic candidate, is pretty good, pretty standard, Jack Ciattarelli is also pretty standard, except not super Trumpy, not super controversial like Winston Sears, Republican candidate for the Virginia governor, is. I actually think it's going to be closer than a likely margin, but not by much. It might be like 4.9%, or it very well could be a likely margin by a little bit, like 5.1%. I might actually leave it like that because I think it might be like a 5.1%, which would technically be likely. So that's my prediction. New York does not have a statewide race, they have a mayoral race. But it's one that's super important because New York is America's city, and America's new mayor is going to be a socialist. Period. It's just what are we going to see his margin be? In the Democratic primary, in the final round of ranked choice voting, he had a 12-point delta, and I think we're going to see something very similar to that. I think Andrew Cuomo is going to get defeated. I think Curtis Lewa never had a shot. And we're going to see like a 14-point delta or something like that between Mamdani and Cuomo. The last state is my home state, Georgia. There are 2 statewide elections in Georgia. I wish more people would have been talking about them. I didn't see a lot of people talking about them. They're for the public service commissioners. 2 out of the 5 public service commissioners, they set the rates for the electric bill. They negotiate with Georgia Power. They oversee infrastructure projects when it comes to energy. And I do think it's going to be an extremely close race. I also think Peter Hubbard is going to do better than Alicia Johnson. Here's why. Peter Hubbard is getting more attention. I don't know why, but I've seen so much stuff online and in person in some cases about Peter Hubbard, very little about Alicia Johnson, even though a lot of times they do advertise together as a pair. And then also, Tim Echols, especially where I live, pretty well known, the incumbent that Alicia is running against. And I know even some moderates lean more towards Tim Echols for some reasons, whereas Fitzpatrick, Peter's opponent, he's very controversial. He was appointed by the governor, and then they had suspended elections, which the Democratic Party had to try them in court, and the only reason we're voting on them this time is because the Democrats won in court. The Republicans wanted to take away the voters' ability to vote on public service commissioners. Because not every state does it that way. A lot of states actually do just do appointments. But I think Peter Hubbard will probably win by like 1.1 point, and Alicia Johnson might win by like 0.2 points. But still, it's both going to be a win. For my race, I lost by 21 votes last time out of less than 300 cast. I think I'm going to get it this time. So those are my predictions. Democrats win in every race. It's the margin that matters. I think Georgia's going to be super close. Going to really need to keep an eye on that. And New Jersey could be closer. It really could. I think Virginia's fine for Democrats. I think Mamdani is a breath of fresh air for Democrats in New York. Prop 50 is easily going to pass. So there we go. Go out and cast a vote if you haven't already and you're watching this on the day of. Alright, love you.